we have new Devcom to go through. I saw some of the bits earlier today. I did not look at all of it, so we're actually gonna go look at all of it now. Because I wanna look at all this while we're here. As we have in-game wooling music in the background. Oh my god, it's so fucking bright though. Jesus Christ. Okay. Official release, you know, they tell us stuff. Also, they actually did give us some fun stats. We have, what is 42 billion meters of power transmission. And a total of 23 million shared facilities have received spares. And there's an easy stash that got 4.3 million repairs. I thought my 200k zipline was good. How did an easy stash get 4.3 million? I don't even use easy stashes. How is this one at 4.3 million? It's crazy. Anyway, they give us some fun little stats. And then, in like 8 hours from when we're looking at this, like 8 hours from now, which is not going to be accurate if I actually posted this video, we're getting a free star selector. Free star selector? A free 6-star selector for standard banner units. So you can pick one of Ardelia, Lifeng, Blastrite, Ember, or Pog. Which is very cool. You just have to get through like the very first part of the story. I think up until when you like unlock Chen or something like that. I can't remember exactly where this ends, but pretty early. And then you get a free selector. You just get to grab one of the standards. I am grabbing Pog. It's the only one that I'm missing. I'm grabbing Pog, my goat. So that's very cool. And then during the last, they received a bunch of suggestions and so on and feedback and blah, blah, blah. So they list a bunch of changes that are going to come with this update. The one where the selector also comes with. Then they list a bunch which are like in later updates. So optimization is ready to go. Enemy stats optimizations. Well, actually, we might discuss this afterwards a bit more. They adjusted levels of enemies at exploration level 6 and 7, so the last 2 exploration levels that we currently have. And then there's early game operator progression support, where you will apparently receive some Ferian components and Christian components at specific levels, enough to make 4 pieces of gear for that rarity. I guess to somewhat help with progression in Valley 4. Which is, okay, cool. It's not enough to full gear a team, you still gotta make your factory. But you get some at least so that you can like at least get some gear. Or alternatively, you can skip some of the gear making and just wait until you get gold gear and wooling. Now that you have like this, in theory. Some control observations. There's this in the top-down view when you get to select a bunch of stuff. Now you can select a bunch of stuff and turn it on or off in one big selection instead of having to do it one by one. Very nice. Distribution of nearby enemies for several TP points for rare material gathering sites and mining spots of the map have been adjusted to improve initial experience. Yep, sure. There's a couple TP spots and whatnot where it's a little funny. Like, there's an enemy, like, right there. Which is like, okay. And then a couple gathering spots where it's also like, you really put, like, just a minor annoyance. There's one level 30 worm at this gathering spot. For, like, no fucking reason. Okay, cool, it was there the first time. But it doesn't even scale up with world level, that worm. So it's like, what is it? What's it doing there? Difficult designs for a number of percussive devices. Yeah, sure. Those are the things you have to like just hit and keep like the line in the little thing. Sure. And these will be in the update now in like, essentially like tomorrow, early tomorrow. And then there's a bunch of optimizations that they put here for future updates. They say... I can't highlight on this page. Most of these changes will be released within the next 2 updates. They include but are not limited to the following. Next 2 updates doesn't probably mean next 2 patches because this is an update and this is not a new patch. So it's just next 2 updates, whatever their update schedule is. Maybe it's once a week or whatever it is. I'm not sure. So these will be coming fairly soon. I guess in like probably in a few weeks time then overall. Resource allocation experience optimization. This is the part that I did not read out fully. I've just seen some parts of it. Adding more early game headhunting resources and sources. Okay, so and probably it's probably like tickets and stuff. You'll get like more rewards from like some tickets and stuff like that. Are probably. My assumption is that this will also come retroactively to everyone who's already obviously done early game. That's probably how it will be implemented. That you will just get a bunch of stuff in mail then if you've already gone past it. Because other things that they've changed, for example, now previous already do already come retroactively. Like for example, you know, this freebie, you unlock it when you do the main mission. Obviously, you will get it retroactively if you're already like finished with the story. So my guess is that it's going to be retroactively. It would be a terrible move to not make it retroactive because, you know, people would complain. Adding more sources of AIC quotas, players have reflected the limited amount of AIC quota available during the early game. Okay. So this is the currency you get when you roll. It's the blue currency when you roll. Actually, if we go to game, I can just show it. So in here, it's this stuff. It's the blue stuff here, which you get from tokens of max potential operators. You get to trade in with this button. You get to trade them in. It's equivalent to green certs in Arknights. So we just get more of that. Okay, cool. Or, you know, so they're probably just increasing the amount you get from it, or you also get them from weapon banners, yes, from weapon dupes as well. 5-star weapons and above, I believe, you them. Because I think you do also get AIC quota from simply getting a unit. You also get it from trading in the tokens if they're max duped, but you also, I think, just get it in general from 4 and 5 stars. Just when you get them, you get some. Several tasks into operational menu. Okay, so they're changing some of the sort of little progression missions you can do there, adjusting those. Optimizing protocol spaces for materials. They can now challenge these protocol spaces with their team at max HP. Very nice. This is just kind of nice quality of life, because when you go in and out of, these are the farming stages for your XP and so on, and promotion materials. When you go in there, and then let's say you fuck up, and you actually die or something. Then when you want to restart, before, your dude did like not revive. Like your HP did not reset when you go into the map, which was a little silly. So now it's just, it resets your HP to max. Like you get to actually reset everything when you start a new run, which is just a nice little, small little quality of life. Then we have the bunch of AIC factory stuff. Optimizing the display of shared facilities in cutscenes. This was already supposed to be a thing, so they're clearly adjusting it because it has not always worked. Shared facilities are not supposed to be visible in cutscenes, but in some cases, either because of a bug or like the way that it's implemented, it doesn't work. There's a lot of memo beacons in cutscenes still. Optimizing management of shared facilities so they can be deleted directly from the map screen. Okay, nice. So you can indeed you don't have to walk up to them and click them, you can just like remove them. Could give us a button to simply turn off all shared facilities. I think there's a lot of people who want just to be able to turn them off straight up. I may be one of them. I wouldn't mind it. Optimizing quick stash logic of filled bottles. Very nice. We talked about this on stream at some point, how it's very silly how your filled bottles auto stash if you don't adjust your filter. And then if you adjust your filter, then some stuff you want to stash doesn't stash. Optimizing the UI so that the player's own zipline facilities can be better distinguished from shared zipline facilities. Okay, so that's probably mainly in like map and maybe the look of some of the zipline UI or something. Adding the minimap during zipline to improve navigation during exploration. I'm going to be honest, I didn't actually notice that the minimap is apparently not there when you're on a zipline, because the part that I was like is I would like to be able to open the full map when I'm on a zipline, which you can't do. I didn't even realize that even the mini-map isn't there. Okay, yes, please, have some kind of map when you're on a zipline. That would be nice. So they're adding that. Increase the maximum zoom out of top view mode. This is huge. It's one of those like, why could we not just like zoom out to max and just be able to see like almost the entire base in one? Also makes way easier to take screenshots and stuff and share like designs in that way. Or share funny memes like Among Us or something. So very nice. Adding a feature on the PC that lets players exit top view mode by pressing the ESC key. Yes! Yes! The meme is dying. Caps lock ESC caps lock meme is now dying. But, yes please. However, also, I think I'm now already used to just pressing caps lock. I haven't actually been doing the caps lock-esque caps lock meme anymore. So like I already gone used to it, man. I've already been Stockholm syndrome, but it's nice to still have it. It's very nice to have it. F2 gaming. Allowing AIC facility construction outside of the core AIC area. We were a little confused about this at moments. We were like, what do you mean? Are you going to be able to set up like production lines outside of the base? And then we realized that, oh, this should just simply mean... I should actually zoom in a little. Oh, never mind, I can't zoom in. Never mind, don't touch it. This should simply mean that you can actually like craft the facilities without being in the factory area. So for example, you can craft like, if you're out there and you want a turret real quick, you can just craft the turret if you have the materials. Or relays and pylons. You don't have to go to the factory, you can just go to like the closest TP point and get materials and craft there. Instead of having to go all the way to the factory. So they just, once again, more quality of life. Optimizing display of completed simulations and engraved medals for completing simulations. Okay, here's the funny thing we heard about. So there will be medals for completing simulations, and allegedly there's going to be a difference in the medal on whether or not you've done them manually or just auto-completed them. Which is funny. Some people will thus only be doing them to get the medal. I don't think that's gonna be me, unless I'm incredibly bored. But funny. Interactions and quality of life. Optimizing acceptance of new missions after mission completion to improve the clarity of mission guidance and navigation. Okay. I guess, okay. I guess it's just like, yeah, when you complete a mission and then you get like, I guess maybe the next level of mission or the next mission opens up, it like, how it sort of auto-selects or auto-activates the next mission. Adding tips for missions that can unlock new areas. I guess we didn't have that yet, technically. So we have tips for when it unlocks like a new like game mechanic or something, like an upgrade thing or something, or like etch space and so on. But I guess we didn't have that unlock new areas specifically. Optimizing the mail cache. Rare gatherables can now go to the mail cache and directly move to depot once claimed. Okay. Yeah, so this is the thing if... I guess it's actually... Okay, no. So yeah, okay. The mail cache is the thing, if you miss a rare pickup or something, they'll send it to your mail so you don't miss it. I didn't realize rare gatherables actually were not part of it, so apparently they were. So now they will go into your mail and then they go depot when you claim them from your mail. Optimizing appearance and frequencies of red dot reminders so they become less intrusive. Really? This is just for me? This is just for me, so I don't have the thingies constantly. I don't have to constantly click on red dot. That's funny. They realized there's a lot of red dots, which all of these games have. Like, gacha games are fucking built on red dots. Live service gacha games are built on red dot gaming, of click all the red dots to get rid of the notifications. Optimizing the display of materials left in rare gathering sites. Ah, right, okay, so this is probably for, like, when you're looking at a rare gathering site and it shows you, like, how many are left there or whatever. So some kind of display optimization. Optimizing controller experience, making controller button remapping more comprehensive. Okay, nice. For those who play on controller, that will probably be very nice. I don't play on controller, but in a different timeline, I would. Adding a quick claiming feature for cabin products and an auto production setup feature for production cabins aboard Dijang. Okay. Oh, this is probably auto production, obviously, because some of the stuff essentially already auto produces. But this is probably then for maybe the plants specifically, because those are still very manual, the plants. And yeah, quick claiming feature for all the cabin products, so you can just claim them, like, I guess, a little bit faster than you can. Like, probably like a claim all button or something. And then a little bit more automation for at least some parts of it, for some of the menuing. And a quick claim feature for clues and an auto clue placement feature for the reception room. Okay, cool, sure. That works. It's just a little bit less clicks. All good. Remote quick claim feature for recycling stations that becomes available after meeting certain criteria. So this is the little owl spots in the open world, in the world, or on the maps. You have the little owl spots where you collect stuff that you use to upgrade Dijang, which very quickly you max out. You don't need any of them anymore, but they will indeed put a remote quick claim for them, which is something I think I mentioned even somewhere, and I was like, I hope they have this at some point where you can just kind of quick claim them. It has been discussed somewhere in streams of wanting to be able to quick claim the recycling stations. It also might mean that we will actually, you know, as Dijon upgrades, maybe you need a lot of the materials once we get more rooms or more levels of Dijon. Maybe they'll increase the amount you need because now it's easier to also go claim them. And yes, rip recycling zipline routes, which, however, kind of doesn't matter because recycling zipline routes are also somewhat delivery routes. In the maps that have depots, they're also delivery routes. I didn't set up ziplines for recycling routes because indeed not that needed. Then it'll combat optimize visual cues and effects that appear when enemies are about to attack. Okay, so they're adjusting the sort of warnings of when an enemy is about to attack, little red flashes and stuff like that they have. Optimizing teammate support in picking up drops and loot. I think actually yes, I have had multiple times where I've like specifically not picked up. I've been like, could you pick this up, teammates? And then they just end up not. Maybe because they're in like an awkward elevation or something, and they don't end up picking up the loot. Optimizing teammates' following actions, movement, pass, and collision effects. Yep. So it's just sort of normal optimizations and changes, adjustments to how your teammates move around, so they're not doing like funny stuff like running into a wall, or that one time my Ember got stuck inside a wall somehow. I don't know how she managed. She teleported inside the concrete wall. Optimizing logic for exiting battles. Is this referring to like essentially de-aggroing? This probably means for de-aggroing. Like how quickly, how long it takes to stuff to de-aggro. Most likely. It's a little funny since it's exiting, so it could be like exiting out of a map or something, but I'm thinking it's just de-aggro. So that's probably what that is, which is also nice. I've also had a couple moments where I'm like, I am already pretty far away from this enemy, but like it's not aggroing. Because seemingly what I've noticed is sometimes with de-aggroing, it doesn't maybe necessarily. I'm not sure if it maybe doesn't or if it's just weird. Like elevation, like even if you're like not far away horizontally, but you're like way below the enemy, like you've jumped down a cliff or something, the enemy will still stay aggroed even though you're pretty far, just like vertically. For some enemies, at least. So they might adjust, for example, that particular instance or situation. We hope that performance optimization change will give our end administrators a better gaming experience. Other improvements are also in the works. We will constantly reference our end administrators' feedback and suggestions. In the future, we will continue to use devcoms as the means to convey and introduce the latest optimizations. Yep. I really like these devcoms. I do hope we get these like fairly consistently, fairly often, like a sort of little bigger set of patches and patch notes and whatnot that they're going to do. I really like it. So that's nice. Lots of good stuff. A whole bunch of nice quality of life that we should probably have in the next couple of weeks then. And yeah, the update is coming like early tomorrow. Very early tomorrow the update will hit. Not all of these. So this list here that we just went through, this is for future updates. So I don't know, a week from now, 2 weeks from now, something like that. They say with the next 2 updates. And then this is the stuff, the 6-star selector, and this stuff will be in the update coming tomorrow. So that's like that's the patch updates or whatever. Very nice.